This would be a good time for his first one.
Ball.
Breaking ball kind of hangs up 1 and 2. You got Legault, the runner at third, Adams at second, Jack Walsh is the runner at first base, Vacherka the pitcher. Fastball, strike 3 called. Perfect pitch.
Perfect pitch and a good job back behind home plate. Daniel Stotic, who we've seen at the plate already, a couple home runs in this Little League World Series, but moving that entire body out. For a pitcher, a lot of times, one thing you hear everybody say to throw to the glove, I think it's a lot easier to throw to the body. Move the body to a certain spot, it's a lot easier to lock into that. That body was right on the outside corner of the plate, maybe a little bit off. It's easier to take all of your body on the mound straight to the catcher.
Oh! Ball 1 here to Clay Surratt. Still no margin for error for the Czech Republic, trying to limit the damage. Canada's gone ahead 2-1. Clay has a base hit, and he's 2 for 4 overall in Williamsport. Strike 1 swinging. A lot of these catchers we've seen have had that technique that you're talking about, the ability to set the target.
1 ball. 1 strike.
Make it easier for the umpire.
Yes,
Did he hold up? No. He took a swing. Strike 2. Big spot in this game right here. This is an elimination game. The loser is knocked out of title contention in Williamsport. The curveball right over top the catcher to the backstop. Going to be a play at the plate, and Vacherka gets the tag down for the out. Wow, well done. And Daniel Stotic has just put on a show here in this game. And great work by the pitcher as well. I think the manager for Canada may well want to use one of his challenges and take a look at this on video replay. That was
David Legault might have done his best Willie Mays Hayes right here. Watch this. So we're going to slide and stop. Watch that left hand. That's close. It's close on a play that you know you're going to be out if you just slide directly into it. Body's going to stop. Watch the left hand. Does it get in there? Yeah. Maybe just a split second ahead of the tag. The left hand is key. Right on the other side. Tough to see there. I think he got there. It's a spot 99% of the time you're going to see the base runner called out in that spot because the ball beat him by so much. But this is a great slide. And he's thinking it the whole way. That left arm's trying to get around the tag. Does it get down? I think it does. I think he's safe. I think the left thumb and then the left hand gets into the plate before that tag is made, trying to swipe tag. Then we're going to go back and reach. Tough to see from that one, but I think the angle before that one was the best. I think that left hand was down just in time.
So they're looking at it. Each manager gets 2 replay challenges in the first 6 innings of a game, and if you're successful with the challenge, you don't lose the challenge. The question is there enough definitively to say that the hand was there before the tag? And apparently there was. Wow, what a slide by David Legault. The 2 kids from the Czech Republic could hardly have done it any better.
I agree. When you're a pitcher covered in this spot too, it's tough just to get to the right spot. You're not used to making this play, and you can see that left hand and the glove side of Vacherka goes exactly where you think that slide is going to go, which is to the infield side of the base. Body going one way, and just at the last minute, David Legault reaches that left hand out. That's really well done.
Stay in foul territory on the ground.
And he didn't waste any time either. The minute that David popped up, he turned around and pointed to Mark Keeping, who was the third base coach, and his manager to say, all right, go challenge that one, because he thought he got that hand in. It was close, but it did just get that.
And what a big ruling that is.
The count, Blue. Strong player.
Asking for the count, and it is 2-2. A wild pitch scores the run, makes it 3-1. The other 2 runners also advanced. And Clay Surratt still at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Vacherka.
Ball.
Ball 3. And now the runner breaking for the plate. And a tag. He's out at home plate. And Angus Adams wants another challenge. We may get another one. Well, Mark Keeping rolled the dice before it worked. They're trying it again.
I don't know if this one's going to work.
Essentially trying to steal home plate there.
So they're trying to get that good secondary lead. And Angus Adams trying to get all the way down towards home plate. He might be 2 for 2.
Wow.
Watch that front foot and where the tag ends up. Trying to, and that left foot is in a great spot. Trying to get that left foot all the way out in front of home plate. And I think it surprised everybody in the ballpark. It's key to have that good secondary lead. So down on third base, and if that front foot touches the base, which I think it did, if it touches home plate, in that spot he's safe. I think they're 2 for 2. Watch that front left foot. It looks like it's down, sliding across home plate before that tag is made. 2 plays that are bang bang. I mean, about as close as it can get with the naked eye. It's almost impossible to make both calls. I think that one will get reversed too.
So we're just waiting for the official ruling. Smile for the umpire, Vincent Cerullo. Safe it is. Now the whole idea of having video replay available, which they do throughout the Little League World Series, get the call right. 2 very close plays. And both times, Team Canada gets the benefit of the call.
Angus Adams is fired up. He thought he had that front foot in there, and he did. Mark Keeping actually went up to Vincent Cerullo as a home plate umpire and apologized. Said, I'm sorry that I did it both times, but that's why there is instant replay. And listen, for both of those, that play's about as close as you can possibly get.
Okay, hey, now drive them in. Let's go.
Everything else is working for Canada in this inning. 4-1. That goes down as a steal of home for Angus Adams. Full count pitch. Strike 3 called. Can't review that one. And a little frustration, I think, for the Czech Republic. They executed those 2 plays beautifully.
I agree.
But the calls went against them. Canada with a big inning, and they lead 4-1.
So I'ma live it. The one chance to give, so I'ma give it. All that I have with no limit. We made it this far, but it's only the beginning. Got my eyes set strictly on the prizes. Standing in my own 2 shoes, my whole life is easier said than done, but I survived it. Aim for the stars, dream big and don't hide.
The Little League World Series, presented by Frosted Flakes on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC.
Flakes for fuel, frosting for fun. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is a delicious part of this balanced breakfast. Want to show your stripes? All you have to do is come out and play. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
They're great.
Back in 1966, Irv Gordon bought a Volvo P1800 and started driving. And nearly 3 million miles later, he's still going. So this summer, we want to help you start logging some miles in a Volvo of your own. Right now, when you buy or lease any 2013 Volvo, we'll pick up the first 3 payments. Get going. You've got some time to make up. Pay nothing for 3 months when you lease a 2013 Volvo S60 for $279 a month.
It's a feeling like it's never gonna end. It's the reason keeps you coming back again, saying there's nothing better. Summer forever.
Tonight, one more game to go here on this Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. The team from Iowa against the team from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. That's an elimination game, and they're getting ready over at Lamade, literally just a couple hundred feet away from where we sit at Volunteer Stadium with the concession stands in between. Let's take a look at today's Road to Williamsport, brought to you by Haynes. What's at stake here in this game? The winning team plays the loser of Japan Chinese Taipei. That game takes place tomorrow. The losing team is eliminated from Little League World Series title contention, and they'll play the consolation game and the loser of the game across the way tonight. So that's what's at stake in this one, and a big inning for Canada. 2 video replays, both go in favor of the Canadians. So it's 4-1. Both of those replays, close plays at the plate, allowing runs to score. So now the cleanup hitter, Lucas Lowe, for the Czech Republic, trying to rally. Strike 1 from Ken Wen, Canada's starting pitcher, still in the game. That one high, 1-1. That was the 50th pitch for Ken Wen so far tonight. Facing low, then Vacherka due to bat next. Strike 2 swinging, went up with the fastball. One of the remarkable things about this team from Canada, coming from Ottawa, Ontario, it had been 8 straight years that a team from British Columbia had represented Canada in this Little League World Series. First time in 9 years that somebody else is here in Williamsport.
The last team to do it was the same Little League, East Nepean Little League.
They've got a good level of success going there in the capital of Ottawa. Third baseman Will Riopel.
Ball.
Just low, ball 4. So Lucas Lowe takes a leadoff walk. Canada's produced a lot of great Major League Baseball players. MVP Joey Votto, Brett Laurie, a young star for the Blue Jays. Ryan Dempster's had a long, distinguished career. Justin Morneau also had a great career with the Twins. Many of the stars from Canada in Major League Baseball have come from British Columbia. Not Votto, though. He's from Ontario, and one of the reasons why he's one of the favorites for a lot of these kids.
I like your call yesterday, too, about Larry Walker. Just the history that Walker had. Might be the best, other than Fergie Jenkins, who's in the Hall. Might be the best Canadian player to come out.
Larry Walker's got a great case to be in Cooperstown. Strike 1 to Vacherka. Victor, you could tell he was frustrated with the way that third inning went. He pitched well. Only one of the 3 runs charged him as an earned run. Pops a bunt up, foul. Walsh hustling over the catcher to try to have a chance, but no chance. 1-2. Sort of unusual. Vacherka, one of the better hitters for the Czech Republic, but they're down 3 runs. They need base runners. He's got a good setup. And a high fastball set the target. Pitch right to the target. Good execution.
Could have been the calling card, too, for Canada when they get in a plus count. And actually not always in a plus count. Try to run that fastball up and out of the zone. And tough one in that spot for Victor Vacherka to hold up on. So one that looks so good when you're at the plate, but by the time those hands get going, most of the time just can't quite catch up.
Martin Svihalik, first pitch swinging, and that is going to be a foul ball. Foul ball. It hits Svihalik right as he was trying to come out of the batter's box. So foul ball, the count will be 0-1.
See it right off the instep or just above the right foot.
Not a bad play, though, by Svihalik. Don't assume that the call's
absolutely
going to be that one. Just hustle
until they tell you to stop.
Strike 2.
Ball.
Slider up and away. There's Martin's mom watching from the stands. Lots of the families have come over from the Czech Republic to be here. That's nice to see. That was a good swing.
Yeah, that's great to see. See families from all over, and for the Czech Republic, some of these international teams, they had a little bit more lead time. For the American teams that are here, sometimes it was just a few days. Some of these kids were playing Saturday and Sunday literally a week ago, got on a plane right after the game and headed up here.
That one chopped out in front of home plate. That is a fair ball. Walsh has to hurry. He got him. Nicely done, and a great stretch at first base by DeCipio.
Good work all around right there. The only guy that has a chance to make this play is Jack Walsh back behind home plate. Goes to the glove, so it takes a little bit longer, but a great stretch down at first, and Davide DeCipio just keeps that foot on long enough. Doing it the right way, too. Right foot on the bag, stretch with that left foot. Well done.
Hey, Buster Posey would be proud. Jack Walsh says that's his hero. That's his role model. He's got a nice right-handed swing. He's got some power. He's got some defensive chops. Kind of looking like the National League MVP. Ball. That one scoots away in the dirt. Advancing to third on the play, Lucas Lowe. Yeah, for the Czech Republic, even if they got just the one run, I think they would take that here in the fourth. You still have 2 more innings to go after this. 6-inning games in Little League.
If Jurčík can reach, too, brings up Daniel Stotic, who waits on deck, who's been the power of this Czech Republic team.
Yeah, good point. So this is a big moment right here. Tomáš Jurčík. Foul that one back. It's 1-2. Concentration from Ken Nguyen. Oh, that one past Walsh. Breaking for the plate is Low. He'll score. That's going to be charged as a pass ball. Walsh looks a little frustrated there.
You can see trying to throw that fastball up and out of the zone, and just a ways for that glove to go right there for Jack Walsh. Can't quite get it down in time. Good break over on third base though. Lucas Lau in to score the second Czech Republic run of the game.
Okay. Hey, you're doing a great job. Okay. Now, here's where we close the door and end it and get back on the sticks. We got that? All right. Take a deep breath. Hey, man, you're pitching a fantastic ball game. Okay. This is great theater right now. Okay. You shake that off and refocus. Got that? Can you do that for me? Deep breath in, deep breath out, right? We're just here having fun playing baseball. Sound good? Yeah? Kenny's going to roll a ground ball right here. Here we go. Let's go.
David Legault, he likes to help his manager out on those meetings on the mound. The shortstop, he's got a lot of personality. Well, I think it is. You have that strategy where so often you're asking your catcher to set the target way up high. That's a risk of that strategy. Makes it tough on him. That one bounced into right field. Base hit. So a single for Jurčík. That was a good at bat for him. His first at bat of the game. And just like Kyle was talking about, it gets Daniel Stotic up to the plate. And this is the guy the Czech Republic wants up there. Got to get the jersey right first.
That's right. He's going to do a little house cleaning before he gets up there. Now he's ready to go.
Hey, he might have another highlight. You can't look sloppy. Twice in this Little League World Series, he has hit home runs, including in his only at bat in this game. 1 on, 2 out. Foul ball. Here's the one from this evening.
I like the adjustment that Daniel made during the course of this at bat too. It was a little bit late on the first few fastballs, not late here. Drives it out to left center field over that second fence. 240 feet to left center. First Czech Republic run of the game. At that point, they've come back to add one more. We can do it again right here. That would tie it.
You got a high five from the third baseman for Canada, Riopel. You got a high five from the catcher, Walsh. What the Little League World Series is all about. 1 strike pitch. Strike 2 swinging. Pitch number 71 for Nguyen. Stotic, he's got him right where he wants him. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Strike three, swinging. Good execution from Wen. Not this time for the catcher from the Czech Republic. They get one run, only the one.
Ken Wen climbing the ladder again. Another strikeout, 2 in the inning. Canada 4-2.
That was awesome. I know.
I am Little League.
I am Little League.
So am I am Little League.
Little League, big dreams.
Eyes straining at night, struggling with glare from oncoming lights. You need visual clarity. Get it instantly with Night View NV, the glare reduction glasses that turn fuzzy and dull into clear and bright, even at night.
It's brighter, there's no glare.
I can actually see at night.
Everything is defined, like high definition.
The secret is specially coated yellow lenses that block the blue light that causes nighttime glare. With Night View NV, it's easier and more comfortable to see. Wherever there's glare, you'll see clearer with Night View NV. Similar glasses can cost as much as $400. But during this special TV offer, you'll receive one pair of Night View NV glasses for just $10. But to make this offer perfectly clear, we'll double it free. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 pairs of Night View NV for just $10. Call or log on now.
To order, call 1-800-597-1436. That's 1-800-597-1436. So call or order online at buynightsview.com. Order now.
Hey, you see these people? They're something special. They're feeding the kids. They're cutting the grass. They're keeping the score. And there's no pay. It's just a labor of love.
Well, we would not have the great Little League World Series without all of the volunteers that make this happen. We wouldn't have Little League Baseball without the volunteers. 74 years Little League's been teaching our youth, building friendships, strengthening communities, providing fun competition. Little League, the world's largest organized youth sports program. More than 2 million kids play in all 50 states, 81 countries. To learn more, to find a league, or to start your own, visit www.littleleague.org. Jason Zhang, the pinch hitter for Canada, bottom of the 4th. Canada leads the Czech Republic 4-2 in this elimination game. 74 years of Little League baseball. This is the 67th Little League World Series. And got the call on the outside. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Struck him out with the foul tip. Stotic, the catcher, hangs on. One away.
3 strikeouts in a row right there for Victor. With the last 2 outs of the 3rd with the strikeout. Hello. Everybody having fun. Right back to it. Lefty, good finish. Letting that fastball go. 3 1/3, 7 strikeouts for Victor so far tonight. The pitch count way down 2. He has walked 2, but for the most part has really been all around the zone. Just 53 pitches through 3 1/3.
Now Justin Dineen, first pitch swinging to right field, right near the line. Shihalik with a nice play, 2 down. Dineen was up there to take a cut, put it in play, hit it pretty hard.
Give me that bat, I'm going to swing it. I'm not wasting any time up here.
I love it. Justin, one of the many players on Team Canada with hockey history, hockey in their blood. His uncle Kevin Dineen was a great NHL player, he's a current NHL head coach. Both these teams have had many battles on the ice, on the rink, in Olympic play, international play. Another pinch hitter. It's David Cowan. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, bases empty in the 4th. Foul ball for strike 2. Vacherka trying to make this a quick inning. Here's the target up high. A little bit too high. Ball 1.
That's the time where I think it's a good time to go up there. You get 0-2, 1-2. That's okay to try to go up and out of the zone. Good idea right there by Victor. Also good plate discipline by David.
1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. Real good pitching there for Victor Vacherka. Czech Republic needs some offense now. 2 innings to go. On to the 5th. Canada leading this one. Getting a little goofy in Williamsport. It's 4-2.
We won. We won. Is there a Century 21 agent in the house?
I'm a Century 21 agent.
We need your help. We can finally afford a nicer home.
I can help with that.
I'm thinking something with an updated kitchen, walk-in closets.
And a 3-car garage.
No problem.
Stay calm. There's a Century 21 agent in the house. Smarter, bolder, faster.
Oh, you're a lifesaver.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness your family loves. I get laundry cuddly and fresh for 30 days. Long-lasting freshness you can always find here. And I cost less than the leading brand. Let's make the world a softer place. Let's snuggle.
A man. A man and his truck, and a broken fence, and a lost calf, and the heart to search for as long as it takes, and the truck that lets him search for as long as it takes. The all-new Chevy Silverado, the most fuel-efficient V8 in a pickup, strong for all the roads ahead.
We're back. It's the Little League World Series presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes in Williamsport. And it's time to take a look at today's Kellogg's Frosted Flakes moments of the game. Kyle, let's go to the 3rd inning. Those video replays.
Instant replay has become an important part of Little League Baseball when we get here to the World Series. And it starts with a really good slide by David Legault. It's played well by the Czech Republic. But that left hand just got in there. The out call overruled. Out called safe. A little delayed steal of home plate. You'll see that every day. Well played again by the Czech Republic, but a great slide. Left foot by Angus Adams gets in there. Love the sense of humor. Vincent Cerullo Jr. back behind the plate. Both those calls were bang calls. Mark Keeping comes in and apologizes. Both ended up called safe, and it led to 2 more runs for Canada.
We don't speak Canadian, but I think he said Suri.
It did look like that. You could tell from up here.
Mark
he was right both times.
Yeah, he was. 27 years old, the manager of this Canadian Little League team.
Teacher for a lot of these kids, too. He's a drama teacher back at home.
No balls, 2 strikes.
There's Mark watching from the dugout. 0-2 the count to Christian Geidel. Strike 3, Ken Wen with his 7th strikeout of the game. One out for the leadoff man, Marek Krejcirek.
Trying to climb that ladder with a fastball just up and out of the zone, just above the belt. A spot that probably could have been called a strike if it wouldn't have been swung. But for Ken Wen, really taking advantage of those 2 strike counts so far.
Oh! Walsh, the catcher, tried to frame that pitch. He's not a big kid, so his teammates call him Frodo. Marek, excellent shortstop. It's a foul. Baseball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
A glimpse at the height difference between the catcher and the hitter. Part of what we love about Williamsport and the Little League World Series.
I totally agree. I think that difference in size, and it's one of the great things about this game, but the difference in size is a great thing. We see kids of all sizes when they come, especially at this age. As high as 6'4". I think we've seen a 4'6" for Chinese Taipei, and they can all play.
Krejcirek hits that one pretty well, but on the move, Angus Adams for the catch, 2 down. Hey, you want to play in the NBA, you want to play in the NFL, there's a minimum requirement at most spots at least. You got to be a certain size. You can play in big league baseball at almost any size. And you're right, that's one of the charms of this sport in particular. We see it right here at the Little League level.
So many different skill levels at different parts of the field.
Here's a nice line drive swing for Tomas Hadim, his second hit of the game. He's playing really well for the Czech Republic. He's a ball player.
He singles out that same way. Tomas, whose father Pavel played a lot of baseball back in the Czech Republic. He's one of the assistant coaches on this team. Tomas is also a little field general out at second base, telling everybody where to go. That time, first pitch fastball, second hit of the ball game.
Tying run at home plate. Strike one to the third baseman, Robin Wavra. He's 0 for 2. This would be a good time for his first hit. They're running out of outs. 6-inning game here. And this is an elimination game. Strike 2, 0-2. Looking down towards his third base coach, who's asking him just to settle in. Ken Wen trying to finish the inning right here. 0-2. Wavra strikes out swinging. Strong work here this evening for the Canadian right-hander Ken Wen. A hit, but a man left. It's the middle of the fifth. Mark Keeping likes what he sees. His Canadian team is up 4-2.
ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal. They are great. And in part by Subway. Hurry to Subway for the new Applewood pulled pork. Get it before it's gone. Subway. Eat fresh. And the redesigned Odyssey from Honda, official vehicle of Little League.
That's going to go right in your glove. Oh, see that? Great job. Okay, now let's get ready for the ball. Here it comes. Here you go. Good catch. Perfect.
The redesigned Odyssey from Honda, official vehicle of Little League.
Young at heart is kind of what the Little League World Series is all about. Beautiful evening in Williamsport. Our Honda game summary, Kyle. The home run power has been flashed in this one.
A couple of home run leaders in this Little League World Series so far. Solo home run for Angus Adams in the first, his second of the Little League World Series. And Daniel Stotic at it again. His solo home run in the third got the Czech Republic on the board. He has 2. And 2 runs scored on challenges. Both were reversed. That at this point the difference 4-2 Canada.
Just about perfect here this time of day. It's been such a beautiful 3 days to get the Little League World Series kicked off. The lights are on now, evening time at Volunteer Stadium. Last up the fifth, Canada at the plate, leading 4-2. Vacherka for strike 1. Caden Griffin, we call him the Cadenator, getting his second at bat of the game. Very good student, and he wants to be a brain surgeon.
Oh! Not going to settle with any doctor. He's going to go the whole way.
Be specific.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Hustle to get back in the box there.
Oh!
61st pitch of the game for Vacherka. He's been efficient. He's thrown strikes. He's been good.
He's been really good. Just 3 hits so far. 8 strikeouts for Victor.
Oh!
Those 2 very, very close plays at the plate on what turned into a wild pitch and a steal of home. Both needed video replay. Both calls were ultimately made correctly, but went against the Czech Republic. And those 2 plays are the difference in the game.
Oh.
Just outside, ball 4. Vacherka, he wanted that one. You saw him hold the follow through on the mound. And that's the third walk he's issued. One of those an intentional walk. And looking back on it, that intentional walk was a pretty big play in this game. I don't think ultimately helped the cause of Czech Republic. Here's David Legault. Runner on, nobody out. That one comes right over top. He ducks out of the way. Ball 1. Now that is not, you don't see that from a lot of 12-year-olds. Maybe that's what the smile is all about. Yeah, he watches the young and the restless.
That might be a first.
It's a little bonding thing with mom.
It is.
His mom watch it together.
2 balls, no strikes.
There's the young and restless fan. You hear some groans from the Canadian cheering section. David Legault, he was sure that was ball 3.
Good-natured about it at the plate, though.
Yeah, he's got a great personality. Hits that one right back toward the middle. Vacherka, the shortstop, gets the force at second. Adim makes sure he holds on. No chance for the double play. And the two a little fist bump to say nicely done.
And it was nicely done. Vacherka has made some great plays out at short, but there's spots when you want to give ground at shortstop, and he does it right here. See a little movement. Trying to give ground, get a little bit deeper so you can get the high hop. Even with that high hop, maybe enough time to flip to your second baseman, Tomas Adim, who was in the right spot.
Vacherka and Adim have been a great double play combination in this Little League World Series. A meeting on the mound with Vacherka, the pitcher, and his manager, Jan Gregor. 67 pitches now to pitch count. I think a little pep talk. No thought about making a pitching change at this point. Vacherka's his guy. Be strong. Throw strikes. High five. Go get him. Maybe in a different language, you can recognize that positive coaching.
A little high five before he left, too. He's going to move his outfielders back, which is probably the right move with the guy coming to the plate.
Yeah, you sort of need a pep talk. You need a high five.
Go get him, then walking back. All right, everybody move back.
Yeah. Tomas, can you go play by those trees out there? Big Angus Adams, a little anxious perhaps. And nice pitch selection there for strike 1.
First pitch changeup, I like it.
Adams, who has that home run, also has walked intentionally, stole home, has scored 2 runs, has 2 home runs already in Williamsport. Fastball on the outside, 0-2. Trying to stay away from the power. His home run in the opening round game went right over the trees in straightaway center field, just behind the shot there. Home run tonight went through the trees. Oh, bounced in front of home plate. I think you're trying another changeup. One, 2. Way outside. Good play by Stodek, the catcher, to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Yeah, that one and the pitch before. A little changeup that was about a 42-footer just dropped down to his knees. See if they go back to that change.
That one is hit to third. Backhanded play. And the force out at second. Adim covering. Wavra with a good throw. 2 down.
They did. Good spot for the changeup, too. A good job right there of Angus Adams to keep that weight back. He hit it hard, but hit it right to Robin Wabra. This infield just continues to swallow everything up that's hit to him. It's the lead runner, now 2 outs.
Well, truly almost 2 full games for this team from the Czech Republic, which had never been here before this year, ever. And we have seen in both of those full games 1 defensive misplay, and that's it. It's been remarkably impressive, I think. for a team that was just a huge underdog coming here to Williamsport. And they've been totally competitive. Snap throw, and that one might have gotten a piece of Legault going back into first. He got him on the hand. Hopefully he's all right.
All right. Trainer, look at it. Okay? All right. It's okay.
That hurts. Right at the last minute trying to throw those hands up. First baseman Lucas Lowe trying to do everything he can to try to get around that one. Might have kept that ball in the infield.
A 1-1 the count. Jack Walsh, who's got big time power himself. Ball 2. One last inning to go for Czech Republic. 3 outs to go, trying to keep this a 2-run game, give themselves a better chance for a comeback.
Oh!
Low, and Adams breaks for second. The throw a little late.
Yep. Well done by Angus Adams. That secondary league is so important in the game, and the secondary league here in Little League Baseball, you can't go until that ball crosses the hitter. But the minute he sees this ball is not cleanly handled back behind home plate, that's when you know you have enough time. In there now in scoring position with 2 outs.
Good hitters count. That one off of the catcher. Strike called. A little divot taken out on the slide by Stodik, the catcher. Adams again advances. So it was a strike. The count goes full 3-2. Now Adams is over at third base.
Coach, the board was incorrect. We had 3 balls, 1 strike. Now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A little point of clarification. The scoreboard before that pitch said 2-2, and coaches from the Czech Republic just wanted to make sure that wasn't strike 3. Correct count though. 3-2 here to Jack Walsh.
Now time granted at home plate, but Cherka was taking a little extra long that time. Jack Walsh, who has a run batted in, 0 for 2 in this game. Hits that one down the right field line. Foul. Bialik will chase after it, but a foul ball. I like the sound off the bat. Hit it hard.
A little ping to it there. Pretty good job just to get his hands to it. Jack Walsh had climbed all the way on top of the plate, but still hit that ball pretty hard down the right side. Just trying to protect. Just about got himself an extra base hit.
Canada trying to pad their lead. 4-2, bottom 5. Vacherka. Another 3-2. Foul tip. I guess not. He's saying he foul tipped it. I thought he did. It sounded like he did. And he can't believe it. And I think the umpire is going to ask his fellow umpires for some help here to figure out whether that was a foul ball. We cannot listen into this, even though they wear the microphones. And I think he's saying it is a foul ball. So that means that Walsh is still up at home plate.
Those foul tips is the only way you can tell. You just have to try to listen. You can hear 2 sounds. That's what you listen for. The first was just that little click. Not much there. So new life here for Jack Walsh.
We got our microphones right down on top of the action. We could hear that even as it happened.
Yeah, mics everywhere.
Take you inside the game in Williamsport. So back at it. A very high pop-up. Hadim, the second baseman, doing the pop-up dance underneath it. Makes the catch. Well done. And Canada does not score. Last chance for the Czech Republic in the 6th. 4-2 Canada.
Tomorrow, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series returns to Michigan, the fastest track on the circuit. With the pack as tight as ever, tensions rise as the race to the chase nears its dramatic conclusion. The Pure Michigan 400, tomorrow at noon on ESPN.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs. Hi, Phil Swift here. Everyone knows Flex Seal is the easy way to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. And for lighter surfaces, you're gonna love Flex Seal Bright. To put Flex Seal to the ultimate test, we sealed this pickup truck. We turned this truck into the new Flex Seal boat. Flex Seal is the economical solution to thousands of problems.
I drive this boat at 100 miles an hour, but when I get a leak, I use Flex Seal because I know it works.
You can get Flex Seal in original or bright for just $19.99. And we're going to include another can of Flex Seal. Plus, you get the Aero Grip sprayer free. You'll get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order Flex Seal Original or Flex Seal Bright, call 1-800-691-5529 or go to getflexseal.com. Call or go online now.
Sunset time in Williamsport, and the last chance for the Czech Republic fortitude. Canada leads. Let's take a look at our Kellogg's Frosted Flakes building blocks with our own Kyle Peterson.
All right, now for the important stuff. We're talking rally caps. Most important part of the game. Team Canada, old school, just spin it around. Now we're going inside out. This is when it gets a little tricky. Shark fin, straight on, very well done. Let's switch it up a little bit. Shark fin, but spun sideways. All of these work. Now, Elise from the Czech Republic, first time ever here for the Czech Republic. She's already got rally caps figured out. We're going sideways. Doesn't matter how you do it, it always works.
Well, Czech Republic needs it to work, don't they, Kyle?
Get it figured out early, too. I mean, we've already seen, they know the game inside out. They know the rally caps, too. Eliska helping us out, as all these kids did when they shot the building blocks just a few days ago.
The whole idea with those building blocks, teach the game, and you and Nomar and Oral out there hands-on teaching some of these kids some of your baseball expertise, but also hoping to have some fun.
Which we did.
That one counts as a fun one.
I get a lot of time with these kids. Most of these teams will have one or two kids come down and help us. So get a chance to hang out with them a little bit. Through the Czech Republic right now, they're having fun too.
Fans from Canada, fans from all over, ready for inning number 6. 4 races left until the chase for the cup. Points leader Jimmy Johnson looks to fend off Carl Edwards, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the rest of the field. They'll have their rally caps on. Circuit heading to Michigan International Speedway. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Pure Michigan 400. Sunday at noon on ESPN. Also live on Watch ESPN. Beautiful time of evening. Sun setting behind us in Williamsport. And here we go. 3 outs to go for Canada. Czech Republic trying to avoid being eliminated. The loser of this game is eliminated from title contention, although they will play another game. It's the cleanup hitter, Lucas Lowe, trying to get it started against Ken Wen. The starter still in the game. Pitch count at 83. Fastball, strike 1. Now this could well be, with the pitch count rule, his final batter. Here's the 1-strike pitch on the way. Lowe belts one down the right field line. Fair ball up against the wall. Lucas Lowe steaming his way into second. It is a leadoff double.
Rally caps. Really simple gig. It's working already. He was thinking about it right there. Which way to spin the rally cap. Lucas Lowe's not thinking about much right here other than dropping those hands right to it. Leading off with a double, hooking right down the line. This ball smoked. It's a leadoff double, middle of the order coming up right now for the Czech Republic. Do it for Ken Wen. He had a great day.
We don't care about that runner on second base. All right? If it's a ground ball, don't even worry about him. Field it and go to 1. All right? Okay, this is the guy that we don't want to get on base. Understood? Yeah. Okay, we're starting the inning fresh as if he's not there. Keep him close, obviously, okay?
I got your back.
Here we go. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, very cool there, because not just the words from the manager, Mark Keeping, but you heard there at the very end, the guy who's taking the ball, David Legault, he's got Ken Wen's back. He's going to try to finish this game out, for Canada. 3 outs to go from a win. 4-2 Canada leads.
So you can get cash back on all your purchases. So you can use your cash back to follow your dream. So you can save the day.